Hello. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about your blogs, betas, digital artifacts, and research reports for BCM 241 media ethnographies. I'm sure looking at the list of things that you have to do in the subject, it might seem a little bit overwhelming that there's a lot of things that have to be completed before the end of the subject. But I want to assure you that each of these elements, each of these learning assessment tasks is designed to plug into the next so that you are communicating what you are doing, your learning and your research across a range of different media platforms and articulating your research and your innovation in your content creation through your digital artifact and research reports. Each one of these is supposed to feed into the next. So the other important thing to remember is that there'll be no new content for the subject. So we are just working now on the DAs and the reports. And of course your betas and your peer commentary. So that's the main focus of the subject. And Tiger's he's had enough now, so I'm gonna put him down. Say bye, Tigers. So again, I just want to assure you that all of these things fit together, and there's less kind of work and obligation on your end than you might think from the list of things that you have to do. So let's get into this. Quick revision of the blog posts. Your week 7 blog post, number 4, is an account of your research. So this is evidence of your notes, of your screenshot, of your participant observation, right? Show us what you've been doing as part of your autoethnographic investigation. That's the thing that we're after. Then in the text, we want to see at least 3 key observations or key epiphanies, right? Things that most stand out to you in your research. Then, if you're aiming for that distinction and that high distinction, we want to see an indication in this post of the kinds of analytical frameworks, further research that will help you analyze this material in the next post. And it would be excellent to see how you're using these epiphanies to think about creating innovative and different and new and interesting content for your digital artifact. Then in week 8, in post 5, you're building on post 4, right? So you've already identified your key epiphanies. You've already shown us what research you're doing. Here, you're building out the analysis. So you're really digging into the theories, the concepts, the ideas, the further scholarly material that will help you develop advanced, detailed analysis of that material. It's okay if you're repeating yourself, right? But we want to see you building on those observations, right? Really unpacking them and using ideas and concepts to help explore them. And again, reflecting on how this work, how this research is helping to build your DA, whatever that is. You just need to connect those things together. Then you've got a beta. Now, the beta is a 3-minute video, maximum, hard limit. And it's really where you start to explain how you're developing your online persona for your digital artifact. Is it a critic's persona? Is it a reviewer's persona? Is it a student persona, right? That's totally legitimate. We want to see evidence of the work that you've been doing for your digital artifact. Maybe it's a script for a video. Maybe you're building out a new WordPress site. Maybe you've got examples of your work on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, and you want to just give us a quick snapshot of everything you're doing across all the different platforms for your DA. And even if you are doing a video essay, it would be excellent to see you develop a persona for this video essay. A student persona, as I said, is fine, but it would be excellent to see you develop an online presence, say on Instagram, where you can promote your video. Just quickly, we want you to explain your autoethnographic approach, All right, tell the audience what you've been doing, so you can go back and use material from blog post 4. Right, if you've got those screenshots, those notes, those examples of the autoethnographic research, that should be in the video or linking to it in the contextual blog post. We want you to describe how you are integrating and synthesizing the knowledge that you've got from blog post 5 into your DA. Right, so this is just a very much a vlog style, straight to camera report, a progress report, touching base with us about telling us how you're going via a vlogging style. Right, so you're just really building out that digital literacy. You've got your formal blog posts. This is a more of a kind of informal progress report for your audience about how your DA is going. If you're running into trouble, that's fine, right? Remember, you can change your DA at any time. So if you've changed direction, if you started out thinking, okay, I'm going to do a podcast, and like, no, that's not working out for me. I'm going to just focus on an audio essay, or I'm going to focus on building out my LinkedIn network in this particular field, right? Whatever pivot that you've gone through in your DA, this is where you document it. This is where you tell us. You can change direction. Maybe you're not getting any traction in your DA. Maybe you are frustrated and you're upset and you're having trouble with it. Explain that in the vlog, right? This is the place where you are recording. But do focus on your research, right? So maybe you had trouble with autoethnography, right? This is the place to explain that. Maybe you're having trouble connecting the outcome of your analysis of your research to your digital artifact. Explain that here. Also, just touch base very briefly on how you implemented your feedback from the peer review process, but also from your tutor. This would be a good place to say, oh, look, I got this piece of feedback, and this is how I integrated that. And finally, just bring us up to date on your weekly progress and what you're going to do with the remainder of your time. Now, I encourage students to submit early for this subject. You can submit after week 10. If you've got your DA rolling, you can put together your research report and you can submit it. You're going, but you've got up to week 13, right? And we've got 2 more tutorials after this point, so we can workshop stuff and support you in that. But it would be excellent to see, particularly in the blog post to go with the beta report, just an update of your schedule. How are you going to use this time, right? To demonstrate that you are organized and focused. So peer commentary, this will be blog post 6. So you've already done this once. Very impressed with the level of peer commentary and the engagement there. That was really excellent. And in this one, I'm just going to leave it up to you. You can add your name to the peer review schedule, to the link on Moodle. And you can choose between 1 and 3 betas to comment on. Now, this will mean that people will have less comments, which is fine, because I just wanted to scale things back a little bit for you. And I also wanted you to focus, right? Just really, if you want to, you can just really engage with one beta report and you can dig into that and provide really comprehensive feedback there. Or you can spread it and look at 3 or more. It's totally up to you. But choose between at least 1 and 3. Please go to the assessment criteria for the beta to guide your feedback. The whole aim of this is to develop your skills in providing feedback, but also being aware of the requirements of the task. So go to the assessment criteria for the beta, which is available now on Moodle in the assessment cover sheet, and go through that assessment criteria in order to give your feedback. That puts you in the perspective of the tutor, right, in assessing the work. And it gives you a better understanding of how that process of marking goes. In the post, in the text, reflect on your contribution, but more importantly, reflect on what you've learned from the process. Don't tell me or don't tell your tutor what you did in the comment. We can see that for ourselves. Tell us what you learned from the process and how that learning helped your own DA and your own research. That's the key to effective self-reflection. Okay, that brings us to the digital artifact. And remember, we're not invested in assessing the DA in and of itself. That you have to do the DA and you have to provide it, but most of the grade comes from the work that you're achieving in your research report. And so it just has to be clear in your DA that your autoethnographic research is informing the content of your DA in some way. That is the key challenge of this subject. And, of course, if you're after a high distinction, we're looking for, a really high level of engagement. And if you're looking to just pass or get credit, then a manageable level of engagement is what we're after. So the research report is where you bring together all the work that you've already done. So you will have already identified your key epiphanies in your blog post. You will have already done the analysis of those epiphanies in your blog post. You will have already given a vlog style account of the progress of your digital artifact. So all of those things go into the research report. You can link to them, you can summarize them, but you are building on all the work that you've done. Now, if your DA is on Instagram or Snapchat, or it's across LinkedIn and a whole range of platforms, if you've done, Twitch streaming or vlogging, then you have to build an audio video piece of 5 minutes maximum that summarizes and showcases your work. If you've done an audio video essay, for example, you should talk to your tutor, but really all we're after there is a kind of 5-minute video. And then the text is up to 1,000 words. So up to a 5-minute audio video summary of your DA, right? What it is that you've done, and up to 1,000 words for your research report. A report is not an essay. You need to clearly state the aims and the intention. You need to clearly link to your research and those blog posts and the evidence that you've found there. You need to clearly link the connection between your research and your innovation and creative content in your DA. But remember, you can use dot points. The key thing that we're assessing here is effective communication, not an essay-style argument. So clearly use the research report to show us everything that you've done in this subject. And you will have already done it by this stage. This is just a summary. This is just a bringing together of what it is that you've done. Tell us about it. Tell us what, and particularly if you change directions, as I said before, tell us what you found interesting. Tell us what you found challenging. Tell us what you think was useful for you in your future career, or maybe even make some recommendations about how we should help students in the future do this task. That's always great. And remember, please remember this, you're not penalized for migrating content. You are encouraged in this subject to reuse content. You will have already done your epiphanies. You will already have done your analysis. You're encouraged to build on it and develop it, but bring it together for us and showcase what it is that you've done. I'm just going to... Okay. There we have it. There are a number of things to bring together for the end of this subject, but they're all designed to fit into each other and make the end of session much more manageable and achievable than it might look on paper. Thank you very much for your participation in this subject. If you have any questions, please hit me up on Discord. If you want me to look at drafts or blogs or early videos, or even just have a chat about how to overcome some of the problems in getting these final pieces done, please let me know. I'm more than happy to chat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.